Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about kit from ICM. It is made in 1/24 scale and it's more of a diorama scene because as you can see it's named as a gasoline delivery. And we can see that there are figures, we can see that there is a car, we can see that there are fuel cans. So everything comes in one box, and it might be handy for a quite decent diorama scene in unusual scale, because usually we build it in 1/35 scale, and now we get it in a slightly bigger dimensions, 1/24. And here we have a commercial sample, so it means you will get exactly the same stuff as what you'll see in this video review. So first of all, we can see that box size is typical for this brand. Here you can see comparison with my hand. Box art is quite nice, and then on the side we have some information about this kit. So there are 108 parts for assembly of Model T, and also 19 parts for assembly of two figures, as far as you can see. Then on the opposite side we can see the profile for this vehicle, and the box design is typical, so it's a color printed top lid. And it is quite flexible, by the way. And here you can see sturdy white cardboard box, which should actually protect everything what is hidden inside. So let's open it. Just give me a second. And here's what we have inside. So it's a assembly manual on the top, and then we have plastic sprues in several plastic bags. So we'll check them in a second. So just give me a moment. Of course, we will start with plastic parts, then we will gradually continue to assembly manual and also decals sheet. Okay. So first plastic bag is dedicated to car parts. It's a resealable plastic bag, so you can use it later to store parts, for example, or maybe to use it for some other storage purposes. Okay. So we are going to start with quite big sprue. Here you can see it. So this one is dedicated to various car body parts. As you can see, these are large panels. They will have to be combined together. And here we have floor panel, which is molded together with these view arches. Here we have separate doors. As far as I remember, they will be on the rear section, so you can open them because they're separate. And here on the opposite side you can see that there is some let's say detailing in the interior of the roof, which is also quite cool feature, because not that often you'll see such thing in 1/24 scale car kit. Here we continue with various car body panels, which will be installed inside the vehicle. They will provide extra strength or durability to overall construction, because otherwise it will be just an empty box. And again, molding quality seems to be fine, so I don't see any possible issue with these parts. And in the meantime, I'm trying to open the plastic bag with clear frame. As far as I can understand, it will be used for the headlamps, so headlamp lenses. Here you can see it. Just give me a second to zoom in. Now you should be able to see it. So molding quality seems to be fine, but there are no masks included, so you have to be cutting them with your own hands, otherwise it won't be possible. And as far as I know, there are no accessories on aftermarket available. Next we go on with another plastic bag, so just give me again a moment to open it. Here it is. Here we have various glasses. Oh, so basically what we saw before, it was windows for the rear doors, and here we have clear plastic frame for various glasses, and also here we have lenses for the headlamps. So it's just like this. And again, molding quality seems to be fine, but once again I will repeat that there are no masks, so, and no templates, so if you would like to cover them, you will have to do everything with your own hands. Next we go on with vinyl tires. So these are just typical vinyl tires, nothing extra to say. And wheel rims are molded as a plastic parts, of course, so it should make it easier to paint them and also to achieve a necessary weathering ideas, or maybe something else if you would like to. So it's also quite a nice feature of this kit. Next we continue with small sprue, which is dedicated to various accessories, external ones. So you can see the lamps, also searchlights, frame for the windscreen. Here we have radiator grille with badge of the Ford, and everything molded in a nice quality. So it's just a matter of careful assembly and you'll have a really decent vehicle in 1/24 scale. And last but not the least, for this vehicle here we have this, let's say, interconnection between frames. So just give me a moment, let's zoom out a bit. Now you should be able to see it. So here we have two frames with various car body parts, but obviously this one won't be used because, as you remember, we get new part for the van version. Now here mostly we will need some engine parts, suspension parts, for example these wheel axles. So all this stuff will go on your Ford Model T. Next we go on, we have another clear plastic bag with grey plastic sprues. These are figures and fuel cans, so just give me a moment to remove them. Okay, so fuel cans are given in two pieces on two frames, and here we have absolutely identical plastic frames, so here you can see them. And molding quality seems to be fine. Inside there are guiding pins, here you can check it, so it should be relatively easy to combine these parts together. And next we have also frame for figure parts, here it is. So let's zoom out a bit. Figure parts division is typical for 24 scale because we have torso divided into two halves, we have separate legs, we have separate hands, separate head and separate head. So everything looks really cool, and here for example we can zoom in and you can notice that facial features are also cool, so it's just a matter of careful painting of these figures and you will have a really decent result out of the box. Well, it is absolutely the same level as what we are used to see in ICM figure kits, so that's why there is no surprise in this. And next I would like to show you decals sheet, because here we have decals which will be placed on the vehicle, and they feature metallic finish, so it looks quite shiny. Here you can see it, and printing quality looks good, so I don't have any complaints about it. And as far as I remember, ICM decals are easy to work, so it should be a really decent thing to use on your model. Here we continue with application or assembly manual. So this one is printed in typical ICM style, so it's a color printed brochure with short history note here. Next we continue with parts map. Note that some parts won't be used, so be careful and make sure that you use the right parts. And you saw that we have separate assembly manual for this American gasoline loaders. So it's a 1/24 scale which set which should be sold separately as well, as far as I understand. And here you can see marking guide. Next we continue with assembly process for the Model T, so everything starts with engine, then we continue with gearbox, we install it on the main frame. Here you can see radiator grille with wheel axle. Then we continue with exhaust tube. Here we have some suspension parts which will be installed here and there. And this kit is really detailed out of the box, I would say, surprisingly. Because now we see that many big manufacturers actually omit various internal elements such as engine and, for example, gearbox. Here we get everything out of the box. So if you would like to open the bonnet, you can do it, even though bonnet panels are molded like this, so you will have to think it through how to make it look convincing. Next we continue with interior, so here we install the front glass, and also you can see that also this special floor panel, footrest, let's say. Next we continue with various control elements. It involves the steering column and also the brake lever, pedals. Here we install all the stuff on the necessary spots. Next we assemble the rear section of this van, so as you remember it will be a matter of combining various panels together. We have separate doors, which is also quite cool. And here we continue with installation of this large subassembly onto the vehicle floor. And the last steps involve actually minor things such as side view mirrors, various search lights. So in total we have 58 steps to accomplish. And here on the last page you can see marking guide for black vehicle, exactly the same as what you saw on the box art, but I think it's not limited with only this marking option. Maybe you can copy something different if you will find some reference photos. So as I said, this kit should be already available on, for example, Modelimax webshop. You can get it directly there. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about this kit here in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye!